I'm your host, Don Vito. I want to thank y'all for watching my show this evening, as I always do. I appreciate you, I really do. Tonight we have another amazing guest coming to the show. She goes by the name of Wendy Credle. Wendy Credle is a entertainment lawyer. She's had so many big entertainers back in the days and probably now. And she's also a TV producer, which she's produced shows on OWN channel, which is owned by Oprah Winfrey. And she's doing a lot of amazing things in television right now. So I wanted to get Wendy Credle on the show and talk, chop it up with her, vibe with her a little bit and see what she's been up to. I haven't spoke to her all year long, so, this should be a good vibing session me and her are going to have this evening. But once again, I want to thank y'all for coming to the show. It should be a great show. And we got the weekend coming up. The weather's starting to get a little chilly, so things are about to change up. So I want to see how this COVID-19 social distancing situation is going to work for us now, because we was sitting outside, eating and dining and having fun for the summer. So the fall season is coming around. So let's see how we're going to do it now. Let's see how we're going to be able to try to live a normal life, being that we still have the pandemic, situation going on. But once again, I want to thank y'all. Wendy Credle should be coming on the show in a few. And I can't wait till she comes on. She's a cool lady. She's very sweet, very humble. A lot of people in the music industry know Wendy Credle. And once again, y'all just stay tuned. She should be on momentarily. This is IG Live, so sometimes, things don't come on right away. But most of the time, I guess shouldn't have a problem coming on, once they click onto the link and stuff like that. But once again, we are going to another election. We got Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. And I need y'all to go to the polls. We got to vote. This is a serious election. We can't let that man back in office. If that man come back in office, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious problem, because all the things that he thought about doing and he didn't think he can get away with it, he's going to do it. AB, what up, champ? How you feeling, brother? He's definitely going to do it. So we got to make sure we do the right thing. We got to make sure we go to the polls, everybody vote. And, I can't tell you who to vote for, but we got to get that man out of office. This dude is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. I see my man AB. What up, brother? How you been? I got to talk to you soon, man. I got some things going on I need to talk to you about. Might want to get down with her, give me some information on it, or we can collaborate, whatever. But I love you, champ, always. Well, like I said, we got Wendy Credle coming on. She should be coming on momentarily. And we're going to have a great interview. I see a lot of people pulling up to show support for Wendy Credle, entertainment lawyer / TV producer, good friend of mine. And this should be a nice vibing session I'm going to have with Wendy Credle. So we got a few people on. I'm going to shout them out. We got Savannah Blue. We got Sexy with Pride. We got Miss Wonderful. We got Warrior Woman. How y'all doing? How's everybody? I appreciate y'all tuning in to the Vibing with Don Vito show. I do this a couple times a week. It's a fall season, so I'm going to turn up. I got a lot of people coming on, a lot of big names, A-list people that's coming on, I booked a lot of relations throughout the years, and I'm going to get them on this platform, and we're going to do our thing. We're going to definitely do our thing. Vibing with Don Vito show. I also have another show called The Beat 139. The Beat 139 is a radio show where, we have guests come to the show and they come on there and, we interview them and we spotlight them. And we have all kinds of guests come on there, like actors, entertainers, lawyers, comedians, authors, artists. Everybody's been on The Beat 139, So I want y'all to support both shows, The Beat 139 and Vibing with Don Vito. I want you to go to our YouTube channel and show some support. We got on The Beat 139, we got over 300 interviews on there. Maybe, about 350 to be honest with you. And vibing with Don Vito, you know, I'm one of the co-owners of the Beat 139, and I started this show to bring another different type of situation to the podcast world, a talk show, straight out of Harlem. Who else we got right here? Danita Michelle just pull up. How you doing, Danita? How you feeling? Welcome to the show. Okay, a lot of people tuning in early. Wait for Wendy Credle to come on. She should be on momentarily. If not, I'm going to have to give her a call like I give everybody else a call. Just where we can have the show running properly. So while y'all sitting around waiting for her to come on, I'm going to give her a little call right quick. Hey, are you a comedian? Okay, so just send me your links and all that, and we can get you on the show. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to see where Wendy Credle was at. I see my man is just the same. It's just the same old. My man, Young Cass, just pull up. We're going to call Wendy right now and see what's good with her. So we can get the show started. Thank y'all for tuning in, like I said.
Hello?
Hey, where you at? We got people waiting for you to come on.
What's going on? Let me see if I can figure it out.
All you got to do is just go to my logo, Vibing with Don Vito, and click it. That's all you got to do.
That's what I was doing.
Wendy Credle's having a little technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with us for a second. She should be coming on in a second. The AB say I'm an MC. You're an MC, huh? All right. I want to hear you rock one day, champ. So we supposed to be having Wendy Credle coming on, ladies and gentlemen. I just got on the phone, but she's having technical difficulties. So give me a second. See if she can figure it out. Meanwhile, how y'all doing out there? Let me try to entertain y'all a little bit. How y'all doing out there? How's everybody? You know, we got the fall season. We got the NBA playoffs coming on. My man Young Cass, he got a like an ESPN type of commentating type of sports show that's going on right now. I want y'all to show him some support. I forgot the name of the show, but I'm gonna send y'all the link later on. We're gonna show the brother some support. I see everybody pulling up. Yeah, we're trying to get Wendy Credle on, but she's having technical difficulties. Okay, we tuned in from Europe. Okay, I see that. Who's that? Gold Melody, okay. Nicole Headley. And Rod Sampson. Okay. AB, I see you, brother. Let me give her a call back. She's having a little problem, man. Let me see what's going on. Money earning Mount Vernon. Money earning Mount Vernon ain't no joke. They got a lot of stars coming out of Mount Vernon.
This is why you need to have a rehearsal.
Yeah, what kind of phone you got?
I have an Apple, and when I go to Instagram, there is no icon for you for the live.
No, but you got to go to Vibing with Don Vito show. You on that?
No, I don't know how to do that. That's why you need to have rehearsals. How do I do that? On my phone?
Yes, on your phone.
Okay, just like search and
Go to Instagram. Go to Vibing with Don Vito Instagram and just click the circle where the logo is at. That's all you got to do.
V-I... Oh,
VIBING with Don Vito.
Let me try. Give me a minute.
Okay, I'm just helping you.
This is why you need to have a rehearsal.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, I'm here. I'm following you. I'm on the circle. Okay, now.
There she go.
Now.
There you go, Wendy. Request it. Let's go.
Now.
It's all right. Let's go. Let me hang up. Hit the request.
Okay.
There she go. She should be pulling up, y'all. I see it. She just joined. Hit that request, Wendy. Let's go. There she go. Wendy Credle's in the building. Wendy Credle's pulling up. Thank y'all for being patient. Hey, Wendy, where you at? We got a lot of people looking for you.
Can you see me?
There you go, baby. No.
Have a rehearsal.
Listen, it's all right though. How you doing?
As a producer, is
Yes.
my advice. Have a rehearsal. 'Cause
Okay, next time we'll have a
technically
rehearsal.
challenged.
But right now you're looking good. How you feeling? How you been?
I feel good. I'm so sorry. I'm
That's
literally
okay.
looking at Instagram, like waiting for the little circle thing. But anyway, we're here.
We're here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I went live for a moment on my own thing, like, okay, just letting y'all know I'm coming.
Let y'all know.
I'm waiting.
That's why I got all these people. It's streaming. I'm like, I gotta get on the show. They
Yeah.
waiting.
Ah.
So Wendy, how you been? How did 2020 year been with you so far?
I mean, like everybody, it's been crazy. And then personally, it's been, traumatic with the loss of Andre.
Right.
But I think with anything, you have to look for the blessings. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot that we can all complain about, and then, you got to look for the silver lining. That's what we got to do. That's what winners do. And, there's messages in this for everybody, and you got to look for the messages, and you gotta, be positive and make it happen. So,
yeah, you're 100% correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody could have planned for this, and
Right.
we still don't know, but, you gotta be positive and do what you can. So,
And you
by
got
the way,
it.
you like my t-shirt? You know what it says?
What it says? It look like
It
black
says
something.
Black folks must vote.
I just going to
However,
talk about that.
it should have an asterisk and say, but not for Kanye. Okay? Don't be one of those idiots. You have to vote for Biden and Kamala. You cannot think that, checking that ballot and being cute, doesn't matter, because it does. And what he's doing is very dangerous, and he's taking votes. He's taking black votes in particular away from Biden and Kamala, and it's very dangerous. It's almost like a Republican puppet, and it's dangerous. And folks need to talk about it, need to talk to their friends. All these people that think it'll be cute to vote for Kanye, it will not be cute. It is very dangerous. Please do not do that. Spread the word that your vote counts. It matters, but you got to vote for the right people, and do not vote for Kanye. I don't care, what's going on with him and his mental state. That's very dangerous for the rest of us in this country.
You said a lot. You're 100% correct. I thought he dropped out. He's still in?
Well, he's on ballots in a lot of states.
Wow,
So that's dangerous, The fact that he's on the ballot is really dangerous. And we have to talk about that and make sure that, black folks don't think that's cute. It's not cute. Do not vote for Kanye. There's nothing cute about it.
And you know who might get caught up with that? A lot of the young people.
Exactly. Who are voting for the first time, and, no, it's really dangerous, and it's very important that we spread the word and say, do not do that. Do not fall into that trap. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to help you spread that word, because I thought he dropped out.
No, he's managed to get on a few ballots, which is very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a lot. I'm glad you enlightened me on that.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people on here that know you and a lot that don't know you. Can we just do a brief history on how you started in the entertainment business?
Yeah. Well, I started out as a secretary with Sylvia Rome. And then I worked for her for a year at Atlantic Records, and then I went on to MCA Records, and I was an A&R director for 5 years. And then from there, I decided to go to law school. But in between, I did a short stint at Def Jam Records with Russell Simmons.
Uh-huh.
And then I got pregnant and went to law school and had my son Gianni, and came out, always going to school, knowing I wanted to go back into the music industry, and became a lawyer in the industry, and then started my own law practice. I've had that for over 20 years. And then about 6 or 7 years ago, I started doing television production. And now that's a big passion of mine. I had a television show on OWN called To Have and to Hold Charlotte. I just produced the tribute that we all saw to Andre Harrell, which aired on BET and Revolt, and TV One and Fox Soul, and simultaneously. And we're about to do an encore presentation of the tribute in honor and celebration of Andre. His 60th birthday would have been next Saturday, September 26th.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing an encore airing of the tribute with Fox Soul and all of their affiliates. And that's going to be next Saturday, the 26th. It's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. East Coast time. And that's to celebrate his 60th birthday. And then I have a few other shows in development that I am this week, like after Labor Day, everybody's back, and it's like time to get it going again.
Yes.
And I've been with my editors and perfecting all of my pitches. And so now I have like 2 or 3 other projects that I've had in development for a while that I literally just sent out decks and presentations to a few networks this week. And so I'm going away next week on a spiritual retreat to receive all of what I've been putting together and putting out there, and sit back and let it come to me instead of just.
Yes. Sometimes you got to take that time and sit back and just let your creative juices and stuff like that to just capture you and just start thinking and relax, get away from everybody.
Give the universe, give the universe a moment and let it, a chance to, you put it out there. Now give the universe a moment to, bring it back to you. So that's what next week is all about. I'm going back to my favorite place on the vineyard and just like shut it down and meditate, pray, swim, hike, ride horses, and let it all come back.
There you go. So you brought up Andre Harrell.
Yeah.
I met Andre a long time ago, I think like 1991, 92, I met Andre.
Okay.
Real good brother, real cool guy. Can you talk about his story just a little bit coming up in the music industry, being that you were married to him and you had a family with him and you know him very well. A lot of people heard of him, but the younger people, they don't know about Andre Harrell. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, gee whiz. I mean, that's a whole.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so what? So Andre founded Uptown Records.
Yes.
And he also created and produced the movie Strictly Business and put Halle Berry in her first starring role. He also created and executive produced the movie Honey and put Jessica Alba in her first starring role. He created and executive produced the TV show New York Undercover with Malik Yoba and put them in their first starring roles. He founded the Revolt Music Conference. It just goes, Robin Thicke and New America Records. It goes on and on and on to the point where I'm actually in discussions right now with a couple of networks about doing a documentary on his life. BET right now is working on a biopic that's supposed to come out, I think, next year. So, there's the stories, they just keep, there's so much to it, so much to him, and he's accomplished so much, and his legacy, it needs to be documented, kind of like the tribute, it needs to be done with care, with love, so that's why I'm really trying to get behind and get this documentary going. So I don't know if you saw the tribute, but you'll get to see it again.
I didn't get to see it, but I want to see that.
Next Saturday, September 26th.
Yes.
9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, Fox Soul. And then they have all of their affiliates as well, on YouTube and all of that. where you can watch it. It's the one-time airing, so don't miss it. Set your
Yeah, I
write
got to
it, set
see
it
that.
down. We're gonna do a lot of promo for it next week, leading up to what would have been his 60th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So I know Andre from being a rapper with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde back in
that's
the
right,
day.
Alonzo Brown.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's when the rap game really started to excel,
Yeah.
to get noticed.
Alonzo,
And
did you know Alonzo wrote the movie Honey? That
oh
was when
yeah,
Andre hired him to be the head of his TV and film division when he went out to LA, and Alonzo wrote the movie Honey, and they did Honey together with Jessica Alba. So
wow,
yeah, yep.
yeah. How's his son doing? He's just splitting. And when I see him look at his son, I
Gianni,
see Andre. He looked just like him. It's
he
crazy.
does. Yeah, I know. You know, it's gonna be. He's doing great. He's doing great. You know, he's going to have moments, obviously, probably for the rest of
Hmm.
his life. It's only been 4 months since Andre passed, so we're still adjusting. But you know, he has a job that he loves. He works at 35 Ventures with Rich Kleiman and Kevin Durant.
Hmm.
They, you know, they're phenomenal. It's an amazing company, so he's growing and learning, and he's doing his own thing. He lives in the East Village. So, you know, I couldn't be more proud of him, happier for him. He's doing really well. Yeah. Thank you for asking, by the way. He's good.
Yes, yes. Because every
Yeah.
time I see like you and him in a photo,
Yeah.
I look here. This dude look like his
I
father.
know.
I
I
mean, all the
know.
way down to the glasses.
Yes, I know. But
That's
he
a
has my
blessing.
spirit.
Oh, of course. Listen, it's always gonna be, you know, mommy's your little boy. Always. I'm still my mother. She still be on my back. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's
Yep.
always gonna be that. You know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this new show you got going on. Let's talk about that.
Which one? Well, I have a few in development.
The
So,
one that's coming out first.
well, we're still in discussions with the networks. So I can't
Okay.
talk about them
Right. I
yet,
got you.
but I
Yes.
promise you as soon as I
Yes.
can. And of course, you know, just like all my shows, they feature African American, you know, adults being positive and doing things rather than, you know, just fighting or disagreeing or arguing. So they're always positive. And they feature, you know, African Americans, which is my passion. And I
Hmm.
feel like in terms of what's happening today, everybody has to think about what they can do, what their give back is. And people ask me, Wendy, what's your give back? What are you doing
Hmm.
in terms of the community and Black people and the Black Lives Matters movement and just everything that's going on? And I feel like the most powerful medium that we have is the media.
Yes.
And, you know, the more we can control our own narratives,
Hmm.
the better. And in all these production companies, you know, most of them where they, you know, they have these Black TV shows, you go walk into the offices of these production companies and there's very few Black people, particularly on the executive level.
Wow.
So in terms of the way stories are being shaped, you know, developed, cast, you know, the only way for me, you know, to control the narrative is to create the narrative. So, you
Mm.
know, that's why I have my production company and all of my shows are my ideas. I do all my casting. I partner with production companies, but it's very much a partnership. I'm
Hmm.
not stepping aside and just letting you, you know, take my show and do what you want. I'm there, I'm on the ground. And usually I
Okay.
have a relationship with the cast. And so that is how I am doing my part in terms of the narrative and the way young people, the way that we see ourselves in the media and
Hmm.
on TV. It's really important that we're delivering positive messages and letting people know that, you know, we are doctors, we are lawyers, we are presidents,
Hmm.
you know, accountants. These are not unusual fields for any of us, and children in particular, young folks, you know, how they behave. They look at TV, they look at reality TV in particular, which is my medium, and they
Right.
follow, you know, those folks and they're paying attention and they think that that's cute. But I see it changing a lot. I see it elevating and maturing, and people, even networks, becoming more responsible about the messages. And so that's what I'm doing in terms of my part. The shows that I create and produce and cast are always going to be a positive message for and about African Americans.
And you know, we need more of that.
Yes.
Because they're always trying to portray a African American in some type of
Yeah.
violent, rough, you know, or you might see 10 of them and one of us
Yeah.
on television. You know, it's like
Yeah.
we don't matter. You know, like
Yeah.
you
But
know,
just like in you know, in the financial world and everywhere where they're doing this big push now in terms of diversity and inclusion and getting more people on boards, we need to do the same thing in media. We need to do a big push and have more executives at you know, green lighting levels in television networks, in film studios, in production companies, you know, and right now the way that it's happening is usually because we own it and we create it and we do something really that becomes, you know, big, popular, and then we get a deal. But in terms of just, you know, the networks, you know, the ones that are there now, they need to do an internal reality check in these production companies and say, how many Black executives do we have, you know, and what is our programming, and the ones that we have, do we listen to them? You know, are we listening? Are we paying attention? But everybody needs to do a pulse check right now, and particularly in media. It's really important.
yes.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the name Tyler Perry and all the people that he's hiring and stuff like that?
I mean, you know, I don't think anyone can say anything bad about Tyler Perry. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I mean, there's everybody has a niche, and you know, we're diverse. We like all different kinds of programming, and he has found his niche, and he's doing it, and he's hiring Black folks. He's creating a studio. I mean, talk about power. You know, I have so much respect for Tyler Perry and what he's doing. You know, all of his shows do I like? No, you know, but a lot of them I do, you know what I'm saying? And I think what he's doing, I think there's room for all of us. And I think we are a diverse group. We don't just watch one different kind of show, and we need all that programming for all of us. And everything he does is positive. So you can't be mad at him for that either. It's all positive. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What made you ask that question?
I asked it because you're a TV producer.
Yeah.
You know, and he owns a studio. You know, just like Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. These are like, I think the two most powerful is Black people that's in film right now.
Right.
As far as only, you know, that's as far as I know. And I just mentioned his name just to, you know, to see how you felt about Tyler Perry. That's all.
Yeah. No, well, it tends to be a controversial question. That's why I was wondering.
Nah, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I just seen that he was like, you know, I heard him speak before, and he was just talking about how he, you know, he tried to get, you know, Black actors who can't get work. He tries to get them work and stuff like that. And I thought that was kind of cool, you know, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what made you say, you know what, I want to be a TV producer after being a lawyer for so long?
Well, it happened organically. You know, I was on a reality show. So I was a cast member. I know it. I was a cast member on a reality show called Money, Power, Respect. And it was on WeTV, and it was executive produced and created by Rhonda Cohen and Mona Scott Young. And it featured 6 entertainment lawyers, so 6 Black women in the music industry. And so from that experience, I learned a lot about production and what goes into it and what it takes. Wow. And so from there, living it, I was like, you know what, I could do this. You know what I mean? And of course, being a lawyer, I knew the legal side of it and the contracts and everything, because I've represented on-air talent before. And then I went to Charlotte for Peter Thomas. He had the opening of his nightclub, Bar One, I think it was called, in Charlotte. And while I was there, I fell in love with Charlotte. I met these folks, and I was like, oh my God, they need to be on television. It was all these professional, beautiful Black people who were happily married. And I felt like we need to see this. Like, Black people need to see marriages that are working, that are beautiful, that are partnerships, where no one is cheating. That was the other thing. All of the couples on my show were faithful to each other, unlike some of these other shows about marriage. And that was inspiring to me. And I felt like Black people needed to see that it is possible to be in relationship and to be in partnership and be monogamous and be in love and be beautiful and fabulous and have fun with each other. So that was the intention behind the show, To Happen to Hold Charlotte, that I did with OWN. It was a fabulous show. We should be in our 3rd or 4th season right now. But, you know, they messed up. They didn't promote the show. They put us on in the summer at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We literally did not have a name for the show until 2 weeks before the air date. So they couldn't even promote it on their own network because we didn't have a title for the show. So I know I sound like I'm making up excuses, but I'm really not. This is all fact and it's true. And the show was phenomenal. And it should be in its 3rd or 4th season. The cast was so good.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that show, as you can see. And then there's a couple of others that I'm working on that I'm also very proud of that I'm looking forward to being able to talk to you about.
I watched the show.
Oh,
The
you
show
did?
was great. Yeah, I did watch it. You told me to watch it.
Oh, that's right.
I kept following it. I liked the show.
Yeah.
You know, and I said you were right, because most of the shows that we see it's always some negative with the show. A lot of time what you see, it creates a bad sense of Black people. It's like, if we're not in something violent, we cheating, why we can't live a happy life and be faithful, like you said, and everything is fine. There's a lot of people who live like that, but they don't even see that on television.
That's right. They don't show those folks. Yeah, exactly. And fathers, you know, all of the men on my show, you know, were amazing fathers, which was also very important for me to show that Black men are also amazing fathers. You know, so a lot of the show was about showcasing all of the positive attributes of Black men. And it's so funny because my cast would always say to me, you know, she's always taking up for the men. She's always taking up for the men. And I feel like, you know, if I'm in a room full of, you know, white executives and it's just me, who else but me? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Most of these shows are predominantly female ensemble casts. And they know that narrative and they know how to do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know, where's that scene with Daryl and his father when they were fishing, which was a powerful scene? I'm like, where's that scene when David was putting the boys to bed? You know, I'm like, where's my Black men, you know, showing them being amazing fathers and amazing husbands? I'm like, you know, those scenes weren't making it in, but for me saying, wait a minute now, I know we shot this, I know we shot that. So if they're like, you know, you're always sticking up for the men. I'm like, somebody's got to stand up for my brothers, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. And I was raised, you know, I was raised by my dad. So, you know, I have an affinity for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's another beautiful thing you just touched on.
Yeah.
The Black men are always portrayed to being negative or cheating or, you know, stuff like that. Or, you know, not being a good role model to their children. See that stuff you just brought to light?
Yep.
There's a lot of Black men out here who's stepping up.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And we need to see that. Yes,
that's right. Yes, that's right. And so, and we need to see it on reality TV, you know, so, and that's what, you know, that's why the show was so powerful and absolutely deserved to be, you know, we need to be in our 3rd and 4th season, like the other show that's on there that all they talk about is cheating. You know? Yeah.
But you know what it is though? You grow from this.
Absolutely.
And you keep moving, because the things that they didn't do with this show, the other 10 shows you got, it's going to be done a lot better.
And I learned so much. I learned so much about partnership with a production company. I learned the mistakes that I made as well as the things that I did right. And politics, you know, which I'm not very good at working. You know, I've worked for myself for a long time now. So, you know, you got to get used to being in partnership with other people and what that looks like and how to navigate that. Television networks, you know, I've learned now, like, to build relationships with television networks so that I don't need a middleman. I can go directly and sell my shows, especially because a lot of these networks now in docuseries and what I'm doing are African American. I'm like, these are my friends. And if they're not, they should be. You know what I mean? So why aren't I selling my shows directly to them and then backtracking and, you know, we're talking about who the production company should be, you know? But so I learned a lot. Yeah.
And you got to remember, nobody gets it right. Few get it right on the first try.
That's right. No, absolutely not. Yeah. It's coming along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the show was great. I really liked the show.
Thank you.
Can people see it now? Is it on anywhere else, or
You know
they
what?
took
I
it off?
think it depends on what cable network you have on demand. You know, it's owned
Mm-hmm.
on demand, obviously, and it's to have and to hold Charlotte. So I don't know. It depends on your cable network. If not, I think if you subscribe to OWN, you can probably get it, you know, on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we'll see. And in the meantime, like I said, there's a few others I'm
Right.
turning away right now. I was
To
editing
take.
all week.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything that I didn't bring up that you want the public to know that's going on with you?
No, I mean that's it, you know. Yeah, I
For-
mean, I'm back in work mode, and
okay.
you know, things are good. Good luck
Things are
with
good.
this show. This is your new show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, I have it. I had it since April.
Okay.
You know, the Beat 139. We're going to start back up in like early November.
Okay.
You know, we're coming out differently, just like you. We got a lot of big guests coming on, and a lot of we changing everything around. So we've been running 3 years straight. You know, so
Awesome.
a little break. COVID really did that because a lot of the social distancing thing, and also people were coming and they were canceling. And I said, you
Right.
know what? I understand what's going on. You know, this is when COVID first hit. Let's
Yeah.
just shut it down for a little while. We got over 300 and something
Yeah.
interviews already. So on our YouTube channel. So
Okay,
and
so let
people
me ask
still
you a
watching.
question. Are you paying attention to what is going on with Kanye West? This is crazy. He's
Yeah.
posted on Twitter all of his recording contracts for the past 10 years. So,
He's
you
nuts.
know, before I got on the call, I was like, wait a minute now, I got to screenshot all of this. But yeah, so he's, you know, he's going on a rampage about the music industry and saying, you know, that he wants his masters back, which, you know, I understand. But he has literally posted everything on Twitter, all of his contracts. And I'm just looking at this like, as a lawyer in the music industry, and I know his lawyer.
Uh,
So I'm just like, wow. But what are your thoughts about this? Do you have any?
he's nuts. That's all I can say. He's nuts. Kanye. I mean, to me, ever since his mom passed, he's been like bugging out. You know, I
Well,
think
I
his
mean,
mom was the one who was able to keep him under control. Kind of. Everything he does to me is nuts. Seriously,
yeah,
I like his music, but I just don't like his style. I really don't.
right, right.
I don't
So
like style.
I'm going to be really controversial here for a moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, mental illness is real, and we all are talking about that and dealing with it in ways that we never have before. And the more
Hmm.
people talk about it, the more people recognize, you know, depression and other symptoms that are, especially now with COVID, that everyone is experiencing. And sometimes, I mean, you need professional help and
Hmm.
medication. And you
Yes.
need the people around you to support you in that. And
Right.
even if someone is an adult, there is no such thing as you're an adult and we can't tell you what to do.
Mm.
When you love someone and you care
Hmm.
about them, you find a way to make sure that that person is getting the professional help that they need.
True.
And I
I
do
agree.
not feel like he is surrounded by folks. They're very powerful people who
Hmm.
he is surrounded by, his wife, their family, everybody. You
Right.
cannot tell me that they cannot figure out a way to help this man get the professional help he deserves. And I believe if he was married to a black woman, she
Mm.
would have found a way to make sure
Right.
that my brother had the professional help that he needs and was taking his medication and was on the right side of politics and everything else that is going on right now. And I'm saying it, and I don't care because I'm a black woman and I can say what I want. But there's an excuse when you say he's an adult and we can't tell him what to do.
That's what they say?
Yeah,
You gotta be kidding me.
yeah, that's an excuse. No, when you
No.
love someone, you find a way.
Yes, you do. Especially when they're hurting themselves.
Yes,
You know? When you love someone, you don't let them hurt themselves, whether they like it or not.
that's right.
You know, you got to tell them something for their own good. Because you don't. To me, if you don't tell them, you don't love them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, there is all the resources that they have, and they tell me they can't figure out how to help Kanye get the help he deserves.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's I mean, there's blame everywhere, and then it sounds very judgmental, but I'm sorry. You think Michelle Obama wouldn't have figured out how to get Kanye West professional help?
You damn right.
So there you go.
Yeah. But also, you got to think about it. Say, you know, he's a rich man, of course, right? And say he picked up a wife who didn't have much, but she was beautiful, and he just pays for everything, and he take care of everything. Some women won't say nothing because they want, you know, that to keep happening. But we talking about some powerful women who don't need his money, who taking a back seat and something that could, you know, shorten his lifespan or hurt him in the long run. You're 100% correct. There's no reason for them not to sit them down and say, listen,
no,
we got to do something about this.
Yes, no, everything else is an excuse, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But I didn't know he was still on the ballot. We got to do something about that.
Well, what we got to do is not vote for him and put the word out there and let all these fools know that is not a smart move. So.
Yeah. So can you tell these kids that's on there right now about what you're talking about? And just tuning. There's a lot of people just tuning in.
Absolutely. So
yes.
The message is, number one, my T-shirt says Black folks must vote, and it is absolutely true. We must vote, but we cannot be cute and vote for Kanye. That is destructive and dangerous, you know. And it's basically puppeteering for Republicans, because all it's doing is taking away the vote from Biden and Kamala, and we can't afford to lose any votes because people think it's cute to go and check off the Kanye box. And the fact that he's on the ballot just shows how misdirected he is, and we have to be smarter than that. It's too dangerous. It's too important right now. There's too much at stake for all of us to allow him and the Republican Party to distract us that way.
You think him and Donald Trump is in cahoots?
I think he thinks he's in cahoots with Donald Trump. Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing. But I don't want to talk about Donald Trump. Everybody else talks about that all day long. That is so boring.
Yeah, me neither. But I know one time I saw him go to the White House and hang out with Trump, some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. And what is that? That's cooning. That's what that is. That's what that's called, quite frankly.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. So how long you going to be going for with this retreat?
Just a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then you're going to come back full of energy and ready to go.
I'm full of energy and ready to go now.
So you do this
so
every
the
year?
next time we talk, I'll be able to tell you all about these shows that I just got the green light on while I was away.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. I want to help you promote them a little bit, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Marketing is everything.
Yeah.
You got to put it out there before it comes out there.
Well, when I can talk about it, I absolutely will, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
So Wendy, listen, I want to tell everybody your links anyway.
My name, Wendy Credle. I keep it simple.
Okay. All right, so I want to thank you for coming to the show, Wendy.
Yeah,
I love
sorry
you.
about the beginning. We need next time I'll know we need a dress rehearsal so I know what buttons to push. Sorry about
Hey, listen, they say the show must go on.
Yes. And I'm glad
this is live. So it's not like we can edit it and even though I am, but you know, when it's like Broadway, once it comes on, it comes on. So it was all right. It's okay.
Yep. Awesome.
People stayed on, they kept coming through, so they love you. So it's all good. You got a lot of love out there. All right, Wendy, and that beautiful smile.
Thanks, Davida. This was fun.
You enjoy your day, and I'm going to talk to you real soon. Okay,
baby. All right.
So I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Vibe with Don Vito show. We got the lovely Wendy Credle here, and we thank y'all once again. Have a good night. Bye, Wendy.
Bye, baby.